Evening all, and welcome to episode 3 of Kerbalism. Now, last time we left our little probe going off into interplanetary space, and we returned to the Space Centre to find something a little odd. Well, I knew we got interplanetary, but I didn't think we was away long enough for the ice caps to melt. That's interesting. So, whilst we was away, in the last 5 days, it would appear Kerbin has flooded, and that's a problem. Can we research pumps and get rid of all this water? I'm going to hope that's just a little visual bug there from something, possibly scatterer or vision enhancements. But I hope it goes away. Be very awkward trying to fly a plane that's or a spaceship that's taken off from underwater. So, what are we going to unlock? What shall we go for? We have plane parts. Could be useful for doing some surveys and getting some more money. We've got these adapters. They allow for all these modular storage things. They are for things, where were we? Things like these, where you have food containers and life support containers. They're designed for bases. You would build some of these, plonk it down on Mimus, Moon, Duna, wherever, and it would be all for building bases and things. There are a few there too, but looking at them, they look like they would lend themselves very well to a plane. Possibly a space plane. There was a mod I was looking at that allows you to build things in orbit, but at the time of doing this it wasn't updated, or it wasn't working properly, or I couldn't get it working. Not interplanetary base system. That's all sorts of complicated. There was one that just allows you to have a docking port and build things from a docking port, but anyway, I digress. Let's unlock something, shall we? Do we want big engines? Do we have big fuel tanks yet? No, we don't. So that would be very useful. There's the big fuel tanks. 90, it's 180. We've got 151 at the moment. I don't know. I don't know what to unlock. Fairings would be useful. Before I unlock anything, I'm going to try and find the mission control. Do that one there. The water's not going away. That's worrying. Return to orbit from a complete orbit. That's doable. Put a Kerbal in orbit for 30 days. That's doable. Let's do that, shall we? Let's research something to allow us to have food containers and other bits and pieces in orbit for 30 days. This looks like a good thing to go for. We've got a supply container, we've got oxygen containers. Yes, this. We're going for that one. We're going for that one, and that's it. That's it for now. This has me worried. We already know Kerbals can clearly breathe underwater. Is that an eclipse going on there? Is that an eclipse? I'm not sure. I'm getting distracted. Let's go to tracking station. Where's the sun? There's the sun. There's no. Yes, that would be an eclipse. We're currently having a partial eclipse. Right. I'm going to go to moon. I'm going to go to probe. Then I'm going to return to the science centre. See whether that deals with the flooding. And it does! Hurrah! A quick trip out into space and back again. And the water level has returned to normal. You wonder what caused that? I don't know. Right, I'm going to upgrade the tracking centre. That way, we can now see on the map. We can see that anyway, but we would be able to see further along the lines for that. That's very helpful. Now, it's a very interesting graphic things. I'm not sure if I do have Scatterer and Stock Vision Enhancement both installed. I remember many versions ago they didn't play well together, so maybe that's an issue. Maybe they need each other now. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Right, so we need to put a Kerbal in orbit for 30 days. And this is what I've come up with. It's basic, but I think it'll get there. I did add some rocket boosters to the solid rocket boosters, just to try and give it a little bit of an extra punch to get up, because the probe last time was quite slow, and now with the science bay added, it's going to be, well, it's going to be heavier. Building something like this and keeping it within the 18 tons limit of the VAB, it's actually quite difficult. I was quite surprised that how easy it is just to go over. I've actually had to take some fuel out of these rocket boosters and a little tiny bit out of here just to keep it under the 18 tons. But it's done. I'm going to lay it on its back. Well, not lay it on its back, put it on its back. And Valentina, she's coming for our trip. 30 days in orbit. I do have the resources. I've got 40 days of food, 50 days of water, and 90 days of oxygen. Nitrogen, hydrogen isn't needed. Oh, she's going to get stressed, however. I'm completely at my part count. I can't add anything. This is interesting. What any of these settings do? Configure pod. Water recycler. See, pressure control uses nitrogen, but I don't have any nitrogen on board, so that won't work. And also, now my water's probably going to run out. Yes. So I need the water. This is a small dilemma. I think one of the easiest ways that gives 19 days. That's not. I need to pressurize, but I don't have any ammonia, so I'm not really sure what to do here. Not ammonia, sorry, it's nitrogen. Nitrogen. Oh. I have enough for 40 days. Ah, pressure control adds nitrogen to the pod. Right. Oh, that's what I need to go for then. And then she will be good. I then would need to add more water to the craft. I could do here. Look at all these little tricky balancing things. Just trying to get everything right within that little 18 tons. The engineer report is a bit strange. Unused food, unused oxygen. Well, it's going to be used, so yeah. Right, so let's send Valentina off for 30 days. Wave goodbye. You will hopefully return soon. Don't have a very good track record with Valentina. She's usually the first Kerbal of mine to die. Probably jinxed it now, aren't I? Well, let's go. That's a good start. I didn't put any Kerbal engineering on here, so I don't entirely know what our apoaps or periaps or anything's going to be. Try and turn it over quite, not hard, but try and get it over without flipping the craft around, because that would be bad for everyone. I get it down to at least 45 degrees. Come on, Valentina, you can do it. There we are. There we are. What's our perhaps is 30. And still climbing. That's good. That's very good. We're getting speed. There we are. We can still see our data being transmitted in. Giant interplanetary mining thing. It's a Death Star. No. Okay. I still can't actually click on there to get anything up. I think I need to upgrade something else. Very low on fuel. Use a lot more there than I expected. The other thing I haven't completely planned out as well is the electricity. Only the command pod has electric charge. I'm not sure whether them solar panel, well, the solar panels are enough to keep us going, but I'm not sure if 100 is enough for night time around Kerbin. we may be getting reports of Valentina freezing and then coming back. But we'll see. We'll see. Hold ourselves there. Hopefully this will be okay. So let's fire up the engines there. See where that takes us. Not quite enough to get into orbit. We do have a second stage. There we are. There we are. We are in orbit. Albeit return to Kerbal from orbit. Oh well, there we go. Right. Yes, yeah, we are 78, 93. We are in orbit. So Valentina, let's roll over. At least put one solar panel facing the sun. Let's do all our science whilst we're in orbit. Observe materials, pressure, temperature, goo, radiation, crew report, and we still can't EVA because we upgrade the astronaut complex. We could do that. We could upgrade the astronaut complex and then come back to Valentina. So yes, let's do that. Let's upgrade the astronaut complex. Can perform EVA and place flags. Also, let's upgrade mission control. That will allow us to have some more contracts, because whilst we are, or whilst Valentina is bravely going round and round and round for 30 days, we could be doing some of these survey contracts. They're all in roughly the same place. So, yeah. I think I could do a few of them. There's one or two over here as well. That's right near our launch center. Right, so first and foremost, Valentina. Got an alarm set up for her. You, bravely brave Kerbal, are going to do an EVA report. There we are. And then board. It was interesting it popped up saying there was no monopropellant net, because I did take that out. Of course, Kerbals share the monopropellant from the cockpit, so if she'd let go, she'd have floated off into nothingness for the rest of time. Right. Let's leave her to it. And let's take some of these contracts. Oh, we had 1. Right. Alright, there we are. Other than that, that's going to be difficult to do, but let's give it a go. and all that's left to do is fly Jeb back to the KSC. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, as always, have fun.